Hi guys, welcome back to ToK today. I hope that you're keeping well. Now we all know that ToK is not philosophy and that we should not describe it or use it as philosophy. And I know that it's bad form to use the term philosophy when talking about ToK. And I know that you don't have to be a philosophy student to do ToK, and you don't have to be a philosophy teacher to teach ToK. In fact, ToK's got nothing to do with philosophy. However, I'm super interested in philosophy, and there is a lot of philosophy behind ToK, you're just not allowed to say it. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the possible philosophy that's behind the ToK essay questions for May 2023. But before we get into that, let me just do some begging. All right? YouTube tells me less than 5% of people watching this video are subscribed to this channel. So a subscription would just be wonderful for me. If you can't go that far, then a like is free to you and it's super valuable to me. Okay, let's get into the philosophy behind the May 23 essay titles. Question 1. Is replicability necessary? I'm certainly seeing black and white swans here. Thank you very much, Mr. Popper. But I'm also thinking maybe this is the classic logic of truth functions. Remember all those afternoons in Logic 101? You know, all men wear a blue hat, Sam wears a blue hat, is Sam a man? Yeah, clearly. Or is it an ends versus means question without the moral implications bit? Let's move on to question number 2. Is the explained or the unexplained more important? Are we seeing Schrodinger's cat here? Or is this Rumsfeld's known unknowns, unknown unknowns, and known unknowns? Or is this realism versus anti-realism? Or is this empiricism versus rationalism? Aren't all the questions empiricism versus rationalism? Question 3. Do bubbles matter? I'm imagining a tree falling in an empty forest with no one there to hear or see it. Or maybe I'm hearing a Socratic dialogue on the relationship between ignorance and evil and the involuntary nature of evil acts. Or is this Plato and Pareto's elite theory? Who knows? Question 4. Are we astonished that so little knowledge gives us so much power? Now, I'm seeing angels dancing on a pinhead. But that's not actually philosophy, nor ToK. I'm seeing map metaphors and hanging fruit metaphors. Bring back the map metaphor. Is this process philosophy versus substance metaphysics? Sort of Dewey and James versus Quine and Schaeffer. Question 5. Are visual representations important in the communication of knowledge? And I do again see the metaphor of the map sailing across the horizon. Oh, come back, long lost metaphor. How we have missed you. Where have you been? Or maybe it's structuralism. Maybe it's semiotics, sign and symbol. Levi-Strauss, come forth, elucidate, illuminate, and educate. And finally, question 6. Does methodology determine the knowledge produced? Now this has to be empiricism versus rationalism. I mean, it's got to be. It's right there. What else could it be? It's got to be that old chestnut, is knowledge discovered or is it created? I mean, there may be some other complex philosophy behind it, but I think it's mainly empiricism versus rationalism, which is why I think it's the most straightforward essay question this year. Judging by the views on the videos that I've produced on the essay questions, this is the least popular question this year. So maybe our ToK students just love a challenge by picking those harder questions. Maybe this question is foundationalism versus coherentism. Coherentism? I'm sort of drawn to the idea that it's about the degree and the form of justification required to consider something as knowledge, which I suppose gets in between that empiricism versus rationalism thing. Okay, quick end thoughts. I apologise if I've missed some glaring philosophical debate or question which is standing there in the middle of these essay questions, really obvious to anyone who knows things about philosophy but not obvious to me. My excuse is that my degree is in economics and sociology and not in philosophy, so I hope that you'll apologise. If you do know better philosophy that's in these questions, then let us know in the comments below or email me at daniel@toktoday.com. I initially posed this as a bit of fun, but as a ToK teacher, I have always enjoyed knowing a bit more about the philosophy behind the questions, because it really helps me to guide students to extend their answers. It particularly helps me in helping students to develop counterclaims. Knowing what the philosophical debate is helps to know where the counterclaims might be in their essays. If you want to watch my videos on the M23 Essay Titles, they're on this YouTube channel. If you want a guide on how to write the ToK essay in 6 easy steps, I'll put a link in the video description. And I'll also put a link for the detailed essay notes, which will give you really great structures and real life examples and claims and counterclaims that you can use if you're writing any of the essays. If people are interested, I can put together a more detailed post on the philosophy behind the essay questions, the philosophy that I've mentioned here today, or make a more detailed video on that. Just let me know, either in the comments section or email me, and I'll put that together if there's some demand for it. All that's left for me to say is I wish you an absolutely great day. Obviously, stay ToKtastic. Bye.